We have Karen sitting at the back here now. I think I'm right in saying that people like Dorothy Sayers probably came and bought books here. Of course she did. Marjorie Allingham. So you've taught a course on the Golden Age great crime writers.
Yes, I did years ago. That's what really got me into crime in the first place. Because when I taught the course, anytime you teach a course, you have to deconstruct whatever it is that you're teaching so that you have a way to present it to the students. And when I deconstructed the crime novels and the mystery stories that I was teaching, then I started to see that this wasn't an impossible thing. To write a crime novel. I wonder if I could do it myself, and that's what led me into writing crime novels.
So how quickly did you decide that your model would be Dorothy Sayers and not Agatha Christie?
Oh, well, it was because I wanted to write a larger kind of book. You see, what I did not want to do is do a lighthearted romp through murder. And that is like a tea cozy is a lighthearted romp through murder. It's a puzzle where the writer is challenging the reader to figure out the clues from the red herrings before the end of the novel. And so the trick is, can I guess who done it before the writer reveals it to me? But the reason I didn't want to do that is that I like books where I am asked to care about something, and so that required a different approach to the crime novel, and so I went with a more expansive type of book where the characters were equally important with everything else.
You've never been afraid of tackling large books. 700-page books. That clearly appeals to you, doing a very big, ambitious book.
Well, it's never been my intention when I start to write a long book. But what happens is that when I start a book, I've done all the characters in advance. I've created all the characters, not only my detective and the crime fighters or whatever, but I've created all the people who are going to appear in the novel. And in creating them, I begin to see what their actual story is and how their story might be an interesting part to include in the novel because of its thematic relevance to what I'm writing. That's what makes the novels longer, is once I start dealing with the subplots of these characters. But for me, I like reading that kind of book, and I've actually never had a reader protest the length of the books. I've had critics, but I imagine it's because sometimes they don't like to have to read a 700-page novel if they can possibly avoid it, because they've got a lot of books to review. Most readers aren't aware at the end of the book that they've read a book that long because it's because of the way the language works. If you're reading the books in English, the language it's constructed deliberately to propel you by language and by the structure of each paragraph through to the next paragraph and the one after that and the one after that. So it gives you a much quicker read than you otherwise might get.
I don't think anybody would complain about her books being too long, would they?